Hello there. Another ranking video. I guess this is sort of like a re-ranking of the Bear Alpha maps, that video I did ages ago. So let's start. I'm gonna start obviously with the Haunted Mansion. S tier map. It's a great place to start the game. Puzzles are also, by the way, I'm gonna be ranking them. And first of all, the design of the maps, how hard it could be for both Bear and Survivor, and maybe where you could find the puzzles. That's good. Okay. So as I said, the Haunted Mansion. It's a great place to start the game. I like that it's basically an old Roblox map created back in like 2008 for a Halloween event, maybe. And it was I wouldn't say it was redesigned, because Bear Alpha's Haunted Mansion is kind of the same, but the only difference is that the map has textures. And maybe the hidden room near the cheese altar. So as I was saying, it's a great place to start the game, and for the survivors, the map is pretty big. It's pretty open. I think that like running from Bear in this map will be kind of easy, since you can just like climb the stairs inside the mansion and then just jump off and then keep running. Also, the puzzles are easy to find. For the Bear, like, just walk around and memorize the map, and then you'll be fine, because the map itself doesn't have like that many twists and turns. It's a generally open map. So yeah, not that hard. To me, it is an S tier map. Alright, let's go with Mr. Yorick's resting place. Another, we'll say A. Like the mansion, it's another great place. It's another great place to start the game. Fun fact: Yorick's resting place was the first ever map that I played on Bear Alpha back in 2020. And what I did in my first match was just camp in that one tree that has a face in it. Yeah, that's all I did. And I survived the round, which I'm surprised that I actually did. Anyways. Alright. Yorick's resting place. A great place to start the game. Puzzles, I think, are easier to find in this than the mansion, because when you spawn in, you can just like look like to your left and you would see a puzzle and you can just go run straight to it. Well, if Bear's smart, don't go towards the puzzle to your left or whatever. I think for the survivors, if the survivors are intelligent and know what they're doing, it'll be hard for Bear, because the survivors can climb all the way into the mountain and then enter this house here, and it can be a problem. Also, I forgot to mention, I also like the music as well. The mansion's music is good, and Yorick's music is better than the mansion's music. Anyways, so the mansion has 4 puzzles, 2 wires, the cheese, and the code, and Yorick's is the same thing. Both are good maps. Both are good places to start your playthrough of Bear Alpha. Now I'm gonna go with, in no particular order, I'm gonna pick Cheese Factory. Cheese Factory, I think it's kinda C or D. I think the map itself is kinda bland. It doesn't have anything to stand out in my opinion, and the puzzles are not that hard to find. But the map itself is just so big, and like the map doesn't try to do anything different other than, oh, it's an abandoned cheese factory. The music as itself is also kind of bland. I don't like it that much. I was dying to play this map when it was re-released in the anniversary update, the 3rd anniversary update. I was dying to play it. I played it, and I think it's fairly mid. I mean, not bad, but mid. If you're a survivor, like I said, if you're intelligent and you know what you're doing, you will get away from bear fairly easily. For bear though, it would be harder because some people like to hide in the place where you could get atrocity and such, and it would be a hassle to get there unless you know what you're doing. Okay, moving on to the next map. Animalia. I think it's a fairly nice map. Yeah. Animalia like reminds me of Animalia to me looks like a bunch of office spaces, but in black and white, and I love it. And I love that in Bear Deluxe, Animalia has like a black and white filter in your characters. It looks nice. Animalia's soundtrack is a slowed version of "It's Just a Branding Memory" from The Caretaker, from Everywhere at the End of Time. Pretty cool shit. The puzzles in Animalia are easy as well. The map is smaller, but it's easier as well. At least to me it is. Like if you know what if you pre-move during the "You Are a Survivor" screen, you can just pick up the cheese easily and get an advantage, and then just go and put the cheese in the first like 10 seconds of the match. Pretty big advantage if you ask me. Yeah, solid map. I don't know what else to say about it. I just like it. Now I'm gonna go. Haven't played the Arctic Valley, but I'm not gonna. I want to count it, but I haven't played it, so I don't know what to do with it. But from what I've seen, yeah, it's a boss battle. It's a boss battle. People say it was very laggy when it first came out. Like the snowballs Santa Sam launched were stuck in almost all the maps, and it lagged the game horribly. So for that reason alone, I think the map was mid until they fixed it eventually. At least they gave cool skins like Gingerbread and Nutcracker, Snowman, and all those. The Yeti, the Undead Coming Yeti as well. All those cool skins. I didn't play this back then, but I think it's a fine map. The music used for the boss fight is also pretty good. Club Penguin OST, nice. I'm gonna go with. I'm guessing this is the old abandoned school, not the new one, since the picture hasn't been updated. But I'm gonna re-rank this based on the old version. Wait. The new version. I'm gonna rank this based on the new version as well as the back rooms. Alright. Okay, so for the abandoned school, I'm gonna take it as a B. It used to be F tier before, I'm not gonna lie. It was just a bunch of hallways, that was it. But now it looks like an actual school, not just hallways, infinite hallways. I feel like the school is a bit harder when it comes to the puzzles, because first of all there's 6 puzzles and you gotta like spread out to find them. You can't do them all on your own unless you know what you're doing. And I still haven't memorized this map, so I kind of get killed a lot in this new remade abandoned school map. So there's that. But other than me being shit at the game and not memorizing the map, it's a lot better than what the school used to be before. Hospital Nightmare 6. B. I love this map, personally. What I don't really like again, it's like people what most people criticize the map for is the caves at the beginning, like those pitch black caves after the first wire puzzle. What I do in this map is basically just ignore the first wire puzzle and either head straight to the cheese or do the wire puzzle that's kind of like at the exit of the black caves. I mainly do that. The music for the hospital is kind of okay, I guess. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's mainly just a slowed down version of that one hip hop track from Roblox. It's alright. It's a beat. Okay, so in terms of in terms of survivors and bears, for the survivors, if you don't know how to get out of the cave at the beginning, you're screwed. But if the bear doesn't know where the portals are, you may be saved until you find a way out of the cave. Maybe? It depends on how you play. The puzzles here are also a bit more challenging. I think there's like 5 or 6 puzzles. Let's see. 3 wire puzzles, the cheese, and the code. No, that's 5. Okay. It's 5 puzzles. Okay. Now moving on to the next map. Crypt. I'm gonna put it in the... I like maze maps. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna put it in A. I still don't know what the music for System Crypt is. The music used for the map, I still don't know what it is. I have kind of like a bias for System Crypt because in System, I love the color red, and System Crypt is literally just the color red, but in a map, and the maze. So there's that. Puzzles here aren't that difficult if you know the layout, really. I mean, that's the case for all the maps, but if you're new to the game and you happen to vote for System Crypt and you play in System Crypt, I don't think it would be that hard of a... I don't think it would be that much of a hard time. At least that's in my opinion. Because when I first played Crypt, I think I found a wire puzzle like in my first match. And then I memorized it and then I kept going. Whatever. Right? Let's keep going. For survivors, like I said, I don't think it's that much of a hard time if you pay attention. For bear, since this is a maze, you're gonna have to like spread around and look for every corner of the map instead of just like what some players do, that they just camp specific puzzles and they win with that. But whatever. System Crypt A map, I think it's cool. The lab for me is an S. Nice music. Good layout for most of the parts, in my opinion, of course. The puzzles aren't that challenging either. You can find them easily. Then again, the troubling section, I guess, in the lab is mainly like where the cheese can be found, not the altar, like the actual cheese. Like those hallways. If you don't know the hallways, you're fucked as a survivor. And yeah, I think that is like the only challenging part of the lab, in my opinion. I think it's pretty good. The map itself is pretty good. Music good. Everything is good except that one part with the hallways. Anyways, Monochrome is an S. I'm gonna put Monochrome higher than the lab. I love the music. I like that the map is black and white. What else can I say about this? Okay. Fuck. My God, I'm running out of words because I normally don't talk in my videos. Fuck, goddamn it. Monochrome is good. Music is good. Layout is good. It's an open map, so I don't see any problem with it. Like when you spawn in, there's a high chance you can see the cheese easily or one of the wire puzzles easily. So maybe you can just go and do one of those puzzles and then memorize them and then go on in your way and look around. For Bear, I think this map is fairly easy since it's an open map like the mansion and Yorick's resting place. And for survivors, maybe easy as well. Like, there's this place where you can juke bears almost infinitely if you know how to use your sprint, which is the house where the TV is located to get the mall bear. But other than that, solid map. Underwater Woods, meh. I think it's a D. Like, I don't hate the map, I just don't see anything that stands out in particular to me. I think it's kind of like a boring map. At least Cheese Factory has the, like, this sign thing here, and the cheese vats. That look cool. And the outside area of the factory. And the atrocity spot as well. But this one doesn't seem to have like anything particular other than the spawn area. Because I don't see anything. I don't see anything really that interesting about it. By the way, I'm not gonna put any map in F tier because I don't think any map is straight up horrible. I just have my own tastes and opinions about each map. Alright? Alright. Okay, music in the Underwater Woods is fairly okay. Puzzles are fairly okay as well, easy to find. It's easy for both bear and survivors to win. Again, if the survivors know what they're doing. The Assembly. I love the Assembly. Me cago en ti, maricón. Anyway. What you heard is my brother being an asshole in the background. The Assembly, I think it's... I wouldn't say it's an S tier map, but it's really good anyways. I'm gonna put it higher than System Crypt over here. There we go. The music is good. Map is good. Layout is good. Like, the puzzles are good as well. I think there's only like 3 puzzles now. Like, the cheese and the 2 wire puzzles. Like, 3 puzzles. That's maybe like the smallest amount of puzzles in the map. As well as Sewage Domain, which only has 3 puzzles as well. I don't know what else to say about the map. It's really good. It's fairly simple. I don't see any bad things about the map. Moving on, Sewage Domain. Sewage Domain to me is an S tier, mainly because of the music. And because of my bias for maze maps. So, Sewage Domain to me is one of the best. Now it's kind of like B tier because it has no music, but Sewage Domain's music is just, yes, it just carries the entire map for me. I think Sewage Domain is maybe a little bit harder for both parties because first of all, it's a maze. It's not an open map like, say, Haunted Mansion, Monochrome, or Yorick's, or the Underwater Woods, or the Assembly. It's not an open map. It's a closed map. So maybe it's a bit harder for both parties to win. SOS. SOS is kinda... I don't like the map that much anymore. I used to love it when it was released, but now I just don't like it that much anymore. Layout-wise, the map is a fucking... I mean, I wouldn't say it's horrible, because it's not, but layout-wise, the map is not so good in that. Plus, that one bug where you spawn in on the roof in the map, that makes it unfair for a bear to win. Easily exploitable type of deal. Music is fine. Puzzles are harder to find since it's a bigger maze map. For bear it might be hard too, since if you if you want to win in SOS, you have to learn the layout like forcefully, because if not, you are screwed, man. You are just very much screwed. Happy Terror, then again. The Happy Terror, the only, like, when Happy Terror came out, I liked it. I have like very brief memories of playing it, but I never like played it that much because it didn't last long anyway. So from what I remember, the map was very open, and all of these houses, you could enter in each of these houses. So technically in Happy Terror, it would be kind of hard for Bear because you have to check every single house to see if there are survivors near, so you can kill them, right? But for survivors, since there's so many houses, and I remember now that there was that one underground tunnel, like back over here, somewhere around back over here. They could go under that as well. Meanwhile, Bear checks the houses, and they could escape. Fairly self-explanatory. The final hour. I think the final hour is mainly fine. It's a small map. The music is pretty. Music is fine as hell. Puzzle-wise, easy as well. Like, cheese is easy to find. Wire puzzle is obviously the easiest thing you can find in the map, since it's just right there, glowing red in a wall. Oh my god. I don't know what else to say. It's a good map, but it's not a map I would enjoy playing every single time. A map that I would enjoy playing every single time is like something like the Mansion or Monochrome. Those are the two maps I enjoy the most playing in. The Undead Coming. The Undead Coming, to me, it used to be better back then, but they changed it. To me, the map used to be better back then, but now it's just kind of like, meh. I like that it has sewers, and that's how you would get a ferocity. But other than that, I think the map is kind of boring. I see nothing standing out in it in particular. However, in the deluxe version, the map is easily like a B tier or an A tier. Map is a lot better in the deluxe. So the back rooms maybe A or B, maybe A. Also, I'm counting the remake version that they added in the anniversary update. I think that's when it was remade. Whatever. So, what can I say about backrooms? For me, the backrooms are fairly interesting because the backrooms, like the creepypasta, like the actual backrooms, they don't have the roof raised up as high as they do in Alpha. That's kind of weird. The sound, the ambience they use for the map also is kind of cool. I like the ambience. It's a maze map, sure, but it's like an open maze map. So, but I feel like the back rooms now are harder. They were hard. I think they're harder than before because there's more like rooms and shit and stuff like that. It's the same map, but they just added like a few cuts and turns and a bit more rooms. It's more or less the same thing, but it's still good. I like it. Okay, so now we are finished. Bye bye.